Bradley Strand, we're told, the best looking boy in the Everton Red Triangle gym. Did that ever get disputed when you got back?
Nah, no one's ever really spoke about it, to be honest, but Nick's already given me the title, hasn't he? So.
Yeah, you were very quick to claim it, that
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very generous of him, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm sure you don't mind being reminded of that.
Nah. I suppose it's a good thing in boxing, innit? It shows you're not getting it.
Yeah, and there's one upside to it. Right, so next time, March 25, back in Telford. It's a bit of a second home for you now, isn't it?
I know, my third fight there, but I'm not asked where they are, to be honest, as long as I'm fighting.
What are you looking for this time around? What are we expecting? Is it 8 rounds? Is it?
Yeah, this is an 8-rounder, this one. So obviously my first 8-rounder. Would have liked it a bit sooner, but obviously just the way it's worked out.
Is it really first, is it?
Yeah, first 8-rounder. So just looking forward to it, to be honest. Hopefully a little bit of a step up in opponents, and then straight after that I'll be looking to get into titles.
Is this like a period of time where you've really got to make yourself be noticed now? Because not being thingy, but you've kind of been flying a little bit under the radar.
Yeah.
Do you sort of get that?
I do know what you're saying, but like I'm not gonna be nothing I am. Like I'm just me, and I feel like the opponents that I've been in 6-round fights, feel like if I'd have went 10 with them, they wouldn't have went 10 with me. It's just like 6-round fights. I'm not that type of fighter who's just gonna go out and lay it all on. Like I know some of the lads are, and it's very eye-catching, but that's just not me. Like I've got my own style. And
I'm not really talking about the explosive type thing. I'm just saying about in the fights you're in, you know,
really
sort of like where people sort of say, wow, he's beating a good boy there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's doing it in like classic style.
That's why you want like a little step up in opponent, because that'll just bring out the best in me then. You know, I know how good I am, and I know what type of style I've got, and I know in the end people will see how good I am. I just got to keep fighting and keep busy.
Was that 11-1 fella last year? That was a really sort of, because I mean he was dangerous, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very dangerous. I think he'd like 11-1, but he'd knock like 9 or 10 out or something. So you don't know what you're going into. Obviously the standard isn't as high wherever he's from, where he's been fighting, but you know, he's not coming over to roll over like most of the opponents you see on the shows, you know what I mean?
Did that affect your approach, sort of knowing, but you sort of...
Just made me more up for it. Like, sometimes like, it's not good when you're fighting the lads who like, no one ever really rolls over, but you know what I mean, like them lads who are just going in to do a job and take the wages. Like, I'd rather fight someone who's coming to beat me and try and win, because it brings the best out in me.
He did though, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And that fight,
I really think he caught you, did he?
Yeah, but that fight with him though, like, I had him wobbling a few times, and just the way the fight was going, if that had been a few more rounds, I reckon I would have got him out of there, definitely.
The last fella was, on paper, wasn't like the best record, but he was actually
he was good
fighter,
he was dangerous, maybe like more dangerous than the 11-1 kid, because I think he'd had 7 wins, but he'd knocked 6 of them out, and he was a proper like time counter puncher, like big hooker swinger. So I learned that early, because I tried to hook with him and got caught with one in the first round. Didn't hurt me, like, but you know, I knew I'd been it, so just switched me on a bit, and I boxed well, dropped him in the first, but it was right the end of the first round, and he looked wobbly, but he just recovered, do you know what I mean? And then he come out like quite strong in the second, but you know, just sort of boxed his head off and won comfortably on points there.
I want to ask you about your middle fight last year, on the rooftop of a city centre hotel, Shankly Hotel.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was good. It was hot in there, and it was like a small, like, see you later, lad. You know, like you're fighting on these like big arenas, like not arenas, but you know, like in Telford, it's like a bigger arena than like the Shankly, and like sometimes they're not that busy and things like that when you're on. Whereas like this was like packed. It was only a small room, but it was that busy, and it was good that all my family and I could come. But I don't know whether I got dragged into that atmosphere a bit and tried to have a little scrap, because that's not me really. But
because it was a small room, it had like an outside.
Yeah, it had like a
garden
rooftop
sort of thing,
and you went in. It was a boss little venue. Like it was a good show, good night.
Did it give you the taste of fighting at home though, sort of?
Yeah, I'd love for the Warrens to do a show in Liverpool. It'd be bossing. I know I think it'd sell. Like obviously you got to put a big fight on the main events and that, but I think everyone who I speak to anyway says, when are they doing a show down here? When are they doing a show down here? So hopefully it happens soon.
It's kind of hard, isn't it? Because I think there's been a few shows that have sort of bombed over recent years, hasn't it?
Yeah,
So
I think
maybe people think it's a gamble, but it's kind of something you've got to do, isn't it? Well,
yeah, maybe
test out this new generation.
It's hard, yeah, if you've had a few shows that have bombed here, it's hard, but as you said, like, they're a long time ago, them, aren't they? So you can only try. Don't have to go straight for the massive venue, do you? Just try it out a bit.
I want to ask you about talking about with Nick, sort of like your sort of day-to-day routine here, and the same, but you sit there and do like an hour's theory work, don't you?
Yeah, most mornings, like, yeah, we get in and maybe like watch a little old fight or two and go through. And sometimes they're not old fights, sometimes they're, you know, like not that long ago, but most of the time they're like from them eras, what you've seen this morning. It's good, isn't it?
Is it something you enjoy?
Definitely. And Paul's like an encyclopedia of boxing, like he knows everything, so like...
Like pressing the pause button all the time, going back and...
It's good, proper breaks it down, and then you take them ideas into your training and see what you like and don't like, and see what bits of that you can add to your game.
I mean, you was all concentrating. I mean, normally you expect a lot of young lads to sort of drift off and start thinking, come on, let me get there. It's almost like doing the stretches when you want to get the footballs out.
Oh yeah. Nah, but we all know how important that type of stuff is. Like, we're not just coming in here to get beasted and get fit. Like, we're coming in here to learn, aren't we? So that bit's just as important as the training, really.
What fighters appeal to you?
I like Thomas Hearns, me. I just like his straight right hand. But like, we've watched loads of fighters, and I can't even think to name half of them because we've watched that many. You know what I mean? But
you remember the fella's name this morning?
You've got me there. What was his name?
Ruben Oliveras.
Yeah, Oliveras. And he fought Rose, didn't he?
Yeah. He fought Isaac Rose or
something. Yeah, it was Rose, like, definitely.
Australian.
Yeah, Australian.
5th round stoppage.
Yeah, it's a good fight though, isn't it?
It was. I mean, you can see where Paul's getting at with it.
Yeah. Just showing us like situations as well, like when you get your chance at the title and, you know, you're going in sort of the underdog and that's the champion, like, go in with that attitude, like, I'm going to take that off you.
It's not just showing you where people are doing everything right, it's where they're doing something wrong as well.
Yeah, we've watched all of that as well. Later, lad, where like you think you've got someone gone and then you go for the finish and then next minute you end up on your back and they win stoppage. It can happen, can't it? So there's loads of different lessons. So you can just look over the years. That's why YouTube's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can get anything from like, goes right back to like 50s, doesn't it, really? I think we watched the fight like the other day, like 1962 or something like that, I think. So it's good, like.
I was going to ask you about your weight division, you know, obviously the super bantams. And people have long made this connection with Andrew and Liam Davis and making a big thing about the amateurs and all that. But you two fought a couple of times as well, didn't you?
Yeah, beat Liam twice in the amateurs.
He must hate this gym, doesn't he?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he probably does. Yeah. But
how old was you?
18 and 19.
Oh, so it's good.
Yeah. It was. I beat him in the quarters of the ABA finals one year, and then the next year I beat him in the final of the ABAs.
So you wouldn't, I mean, people talk about Andrew, but you wouldn't mind getting your hands on him, would you?
Yeah, defo, but it'll all come in good time, won't it?
Did you think he'd become a European champion?
Do you think I could, or
did you think he would become European champion?
Who did he beat for that?
He beat...
Well, it wasn't Baluta, was it?
Baluta, yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought he had a good chance against him in terms of like, you're fighting him for that belt, I thought. As like opponents go for that belt, it's not a bad one, but I thought it'd be a bit of a closer fight than what I thought. Don't think that Baluta boxed as well as he could have, did he?
No. Just lastly, did you watch the match last night?
I went, yeah.
You went, yeah?
Yeah.
Turned it around a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, well, hopefully, like, but...
What have you made of this last however many months? It's
can't even put it into
words. They've just fallen off a cliff, haven't they?
Yeah, can't even put it into words. It's hard to... everyone tries to explain what's happened, but they can't. It's just like... It's the worst thing about it. We just... Maybe just we played...
We all have our theories in our heads, don't we? Sort of like
no one knows.
60-odd games last year and the quick turnaround.
I think we played every game that we could have played.
Yeah.
Could have played in last season, and maybe it's just like burnt a few of them out. A few of the players are like...
Maybe like, you've got so many, is it probably 5 or 6 of you big players you can say aren't at a level.
Yeah.
I suppose that's going to have...
We've had Van Dijk out for a while, we've had like Jota,
and he wasn't exactly at his best.
He wasn't playing great, no, but it's definitely better with him, and we've seen that the last few weeks. But they played well yesterday. They played well, but Everton were awful.
I like that Darwin, you know. I think he's going to be a player.
Yeah, he just like needs a little bit more time, but he looked good, doesn't he? He was good yesterday. Yeah, he's rapid. And that Gakpo had a decent game. He struggled a bit, but he had a good game yesterday, so hopefully we can turn it around with him, put a few wins on the bounce.
So, will Everton get relegated?
Don't know. I wouldn't even know. I think there's a few teams who are just as bad as them down there, so, but...
Would you like them to be relegated?
Probably, yeah, but it'd be funny, but you'd miss the derby, really.
Be alright for 1 year, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like it'd be quite funny, but in the end of it, you want them in for the derby, you know what I mean? Like, boss games in the season. Them and like United and that.
You got a season ticket?
Nah, just bought that yesterday.
You did well getting in
I
there.
think there's about, don't even know. I don't even think you can get on the waiting list anymore. The waiting list is that long, you know what I mean? So, but I just bought it on the day. Just a little bit more than face value, but it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good man. We'll look forward to seeing you in Telford.
Yeah, defo.
Back in action, hopefully the start of a big year.
Yeah, defo, big year for me.
Hope so. Be a title this year, I think.
Yeah, defo.
Good luck, mate.
Time, mate.